Welcome to natural destruction. If you think natural disasters can't strike without warning, think again. Right now in Guizhou province, China, a bustling section of highway has turned into a nightmare. On the night of June 24th, 2025, a record-breaking rainfall dubbed a once-in-50-year storm triggered massive landslides and flooding, destroying a large portion of the Xiamen-Chengdu Expressway. Hundreds of vehicles were swept away, homes turned into waterlogged caves, and over 70,000 residents were forced to evacuate. Much more is about to be revealed. Why climate change amplified the disaster and caused infrastructure to collapse. How rescue teams raced against time. And what you need to do immediately if you receive a warning in your area. Hit follow and ring the bell because this information could save your life. Good morning. Although in Guizhou, many may feel like the apocalypse is near, the China National Meteorological Center recorded 350 millimeters of rainfall within 48 hours, equal to this region's annual average in 2 days. Rivers and streams that were once small have become raging torrents that weakened the bridge's foundations. At 9:30 a.m., the 200-meter span over the Monkey River suddenly collapsed, causing many cars to fall into the swirling water. Videos shot by locals show a red truck hanging precariously, its cabin held only by the front passenger axle, disappearing until the rescue team arrived to save it. In the next 10 minutes, we will watch the scene footage, the life and death stories of the people, the heroic journey of the rescue forces, and the survival lessons for flood-prone areas. Remember to hit like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out. A section of the Xiamen-Chengdu Expressway bridge in Guizhou province collapsed on Tuesday morning following a landslide caused by prolonged heavy rain. No casualties have been reported. The collapse occurred at approximately 7:40 a.m. in Sandu County as a truck was crossing the bridge. According to local authorities, the driver was rescued by emergency teams. Drone footage shows 3 construction vehicles beneath the collapsed span. Officials stated that these vehicles belonged to nearby villages and were unoccupied at the time of the collapse. Road patrol officers first detected structural deformation on the bridge at 5:51 a.m. and implemented one-way traffic control. A full closure in both directions was enforced at 7:11 a.m., less than 30 minutes before part of the bridge gave way. An investigation is underway to determine the exact cause of the collapse. The Guizhou Meteorological Agency reported that in the 24-hour period from 6 a.m. Monday to 6 a.m. Tuesday, the southern and southeastern areas of the province experienced widespread heavy rainfall. 5 monitoring stations recorded extremely heavy rainfall, and 113 stations reported heavy rainfall. Meteorologists warned that the rain events are expected to continue in the coming days, potentially affecting the northern and western regions of Guizhou. At 9 a.m. Tuesday, the Provincial Flood Control and Drought Relief Agency issued a Level 4 emergency response, the lowest in China's 4-level system, to address the ongoing flood threat. The expressway bridge was originally designed to withstand seasonal rains, but could not endure the continuous and extreme rainfall this time. According to the geotechnical engineer, when the water-saturated soil on the slope loses its bearing capacity, it can slip rapidly. Satellite images and drone surveys by the Guizhou Emergency Management Department show cracks appearing 4 hours before the bridge collapse. When the final support column failed, the central span bent and collapsed, carrying asphalt, guardrails, and vehicles into the water. Statistics are not as important as the survivors. Listen to the story of Mr. Zhao, a 62-year-old school bus driver. Normally, every morning he drives students across the bridge. That day, he saw the guardrail tilting and water flooding onto the roadway. He turned the bus around in time. Seconds later, the span of the bridge collapsed behind him. When he turned back to gather his things, he only saw the bus submerged underwater, children's drawings floating around. "I can still hear their laughter," he recounted, his voice trembling. Or consider 28-year-old nurse Li Ning, trapped on the fourth floor when water rose to the second floor. Having lost her phone and with power flickering, she had to tie sheets together and climb down to the balcony of the adjacent building. "I prayed I wouldn't slip," she said. The water thundered like a torrent. She survived with a few injuries but lost all her possessions beneath the floodwaters. Chengdu Emergency Rescue Team, in coordination with civil defense, the military, and volunteers, launched a large-scale operation. Drones scanned to locate deep inundation points. Boats wove between water-submerged lamp posts. Police used ropes to pull trapped people to safety. A clip captured firefighters tying a rope to a motorcyclist waiting to board a boat, making countless hearts skip a beat. Over 70,000 residents were evacuated to schools and elevated government buildings. Events do not occur in isolation. Climate scientists warn the East Asian monsoon is becoming more intense due to rising global temperatures. Warm air holds more moisture, so when storms form, rainfall will be heavier. Research in the journal Nature Climate Change predicts such super monsoon events could increase threefold by mid-century if timely adaptation measures are not implemented. If you are in flood or landslide-prone areas, remember the following 5 pieces of advice. Install multi-risk alerts using official apps and local radio. Don't rely solely on social media. Pre-identify evacuation routes and know high-ground locations before the storm arrives. Prepare an emergency kit, life jacket, flashlight, medicines, important documents stored in waterproof bags. Reinforce your home. Clear drainage channels, inspect retaining walls, secure heavy furniture, train your family and neighbors to rehearse flash flood scenarios to avoid panic. Guizhou people will rebuild bridges, houses, and lives. They are resilient, but each disaster reminds us that we cannot control natural hazards, but can control preparedness. Infrastructure needs upgrading. Communities need regular training. As for you, equip yourself with knowledge and be ready to act as soon as warnings come. If you find the bulletin useful, hit like, share, and subscribe to the Natural Destruction channel to always receive urgent alerts and in-depth analysis. Leave a comment if you have questions or survival tips so our community can share and learn from each other. Wishing you safety and readiness to face any challenge from nature.